Good evening, folks. Brian here, Geomagnetic Earthwatch, Monday, January 9, 2023 on our planet. I want to do an extended coverage of not a singular event of today's 7.6 earthquake in the Banda Sea, but I want to extend your knowledge and understanding on what's happening below our feet, or more likely below their feet. Now, everybody else is going to be so pinpoint focused on a singular event, but do not expand their knowledge and understanding on what's happening in the overall area. And this is why I'm here. Now, I'm here to use some critical thinking. All right. Now, everything starts off with our deep earthquakes. Most commonly, it starts off below Fiji. Now, I want to go through a series of events that happened before this 7.6 earthquake and why it's not the end. First, before we get into it, everything starts at the outer core, where our magnetic field lines are generated from, leaving the southern polar region, enveloping and protecting our planet and re-emerging up through the north polar cusp region. We understand there are changes going on within the outer core, hence the magnetic excursion of our two poles. We have to remember that our mantle plumes are anchored to the outer core, and therefore whatever changes are taking place are going to be transmitted up through the mantle plume tails to the heads, to the underside of the lithosphere and Earth's crust. So again, the outer core to which our mantle plumes are anchored. Sometimes it might be a singular head. It may branch off to several heads and nodes or branches or arms. So let's go back to a series of events starting on December 16th. Some may remember my posting of the tsunami buoy that went into event mode in the absence of any seismic activity on that day, December 16th. Before the 16th and after the 16th, we had a magnitude 7 earthquake in this region, Bismarck Sea. We had a magnitude 7 earthquake specifically right here. And yesterday we had a magnitude 7 at Vanuatu. Then today's 7.6 in the Banda Sea at intermediate depth. Continuing. Earlier, we had a deep earthquake in the Celebi Sea between Sulawesi and the Philippines, 4.5 at 579 kilometers deep, where we normally do not have deep earthquakes. We have Mount Merapi volcano in eruption today. I believe there are some hikers up there, 116 that had to be evac'd. We also have Barren Island volcano in eruption in the Andaman Sea. This is one of 4 areas on our planet where we have, again, tsunami buoys going into event mode in the absence of earthquakes. So we need to do an overview of everything that's been happening here, and then try and imagine a mantle plume or even a super plume below these areas. I'll show you one example. So the Earth's outer core, where our magnetosphere is generated from, our mantle plumes are anchored, comes in contact to the underside of the lithosphere. When the tail reaches the underside, the head expands, and this can expand to thousands of kilometers in diameter. So let's take a look at this one. Let's try and imagine the epicenter of today's earthquake being right here. Now, the first line of buoys that did not go into event mode are right here. The ones that did go into event mode in the Philippine Sea are right here. So I suggest to you we had the activation or a magma wave action through a mantle plume, triggering the earthquake here, pushing up under the thinner Philippine Sea crust here, and setting off those two buoys into motion. Now, when a YouTuber quickly jumps online, he wants to get his viewer count, doesn't think. You'll say we had this big, huge earthquake here, and we have two buoys in event mode here, and that's as far as they go. Again, I'll take it from here. Sarcasm. Now, ask yourself, we had a earthquake at intermediate depth. All right. Initially on my app, it came in as a shallow. These were all subsequently revised to 95 to 105 kilometers in depth. At that depth, normally a tsunami wave is not generated, and in fact, one was not generated. Ask yourself, people, how does a tsunami wave get by all of these islands and not activate these two buoys, but activate these two buoys? I will give you an explanation in a moment. First, before I do, I have been in contact with 3 people. First in Sulawesi, of all people, Mama. Another lady, thank you, in Indonesia. She sent me some pictures. And another lady, thank you, Darlene, who lives on one of these small islands on the east side of the Philippines. In fact, she lives right on the foreshores. And again, she sent me a bunch of pictures. So folks, there was no tsunami wave generated from this earthquake. There may have been a warning issued for this immediate area only. There was no tsunami that penetrated through these island groups and made it all the way up here. What happened? Again, earthquake pushing up on the Philippine Sea. So when I say we need to watch for the signs, Earth's responses to the magnetic excursion, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a singular event. I'm talking about bringing everything together here. The beginnings of events I would expect to happen over the next 2 to 3 years. This is what I'm talking about. The Earth changes. This is not an end-time event leading up to crustal displacement. These are the signs before and if there's going to be a displacement. I'm not entering into that classroom. So again, it's a series of events. A push through the lithosphere, tongue tripping, underneath the crust, pushing up on the crust. We receive responses on the thinnest crust of the Earth. Here. I think maybe we're starting to get a little bit of a push up in Australia. Let's also not forget, folks, our earthquakes at the South Greenland Mantle Plume. Volcanism, Antarctic Peninsula, previously reported. Big Bend volcano going off on Heard Island, southern Indian Ocean. Bring it all together. Outer core expansion. All right. You've heard it here first. You won't hear it from anyone else, and you'll continue to hear it from me. If you like this video, please like, please share it, please subscribe, please spread the word, especially to any family and friends, Indonesia, Philippines, even Northern Australia, Papua New Guinea. Be on watch for the Java subduction zone for this energy transfer. All right. Yes, there's someone who covers earthquakes forecasting, and the only thing he thinks about is energy transfer, right? That's all well and fine. He's thinking two-dimensional. I think three-dimensional, what's going on underneath. And it's proven time and time again. That's it for now, folks. I'll check in later.